I'm Sal.
I'm Beth.
We are the brewery lovers, here to tell you about more California breweries. We visited a lot of breweries in California.
12.
That's a lot. California's a big state.
We could have done hundreds in
Thousands,
California.
probably thousands, but yeah, there's only so much time. On the way to northern, central, we don't know where we were, California, we stayed overnight in Napa, and boy, was that something.
It was so beautiful.
That said, it was like going inside the screensaver on your Mac computer. As you can see, it really was.
So we stayed at this gorgeous farm.
It was an olive.
Up on top of the hill.
Olives and grapes.
Olives, grapes.
Horses.
But then they also had horses and cattle and goats and chickens. We bought olive oil there.
It was beautiful. It just was stunning. And look at the sunset over the Napa Valley.
Over to the ocean.
Yeah, that's right.
Like, you can see water.
You can see water,
picture.
yeah. But it was just stunning. You can see why people like living in California.
And joining Harvest Host.
Yeah. Right, that was a Harvest Host.
That was a Harvest Host.
This is Heretic. It's in Fairfield, California. One of the first breweries, I think, we hit in the state, if memory serves. Nice place, big. More of a restaurant.
Real big.
Yeah, they like really big in food here. It's a full restaurant near a military base. A lot of
people in
men and women in
uniform.
uniform. That was kind of interesting to see. Beer was okay. I really like their red IPA. In fact, we might steal their idea in a future brew. We'll see.
Okay.
Something we're talking about. Nice patio. And one of the things we liked about this place is they did little business cards to describe the beers, which then you can take away. There's one. Which one is that? You can't handle the juice.
You can't handle the juice.
The names were cute. You can't handle the juice. Juicier than thou. Make America
Evil
juicy
cousin.
again. So these are kind of clever. Everything you need to know about the beer is here. And
It listed the hops, the ABV, a little bit of background, what kind of flavor notes you might be looking for. So I just thought they were really helpful, and then everything's really well labeled.
Good idea.
There's 6 to a flight here. We had 2 flights while we were there because we spent a good portion of a day working there.
All right.
So we ended up sipping, I think, 11 different beers.
Yeah, these little cards were nice. Expensive, I would imagine.
I would imagine.
But nice touch. I don't know how the servers feel about them. We should have asked. I don't know if they think they're a pain or...
I don't know.
But
I'm sure there's a lot of reprinting that has to happen.
kind of an interesting takeaway. You grab the cards, and then what was that beer we had at that place? You got the card.
Yeah, you have the card, and you can go back and reference it.
Pretty clever.
So my favorite was, I saved the little card, Make America Juicy Again, which was a New England style IPA. And it was just so much flavor. It was heavily dry hopped, so great aroma, great flavor.
I like the Evil Twin, which is a red IPA. Hadn't really encountered a red IPA. It's basically an IPA with a little bit of dark malt or a little bit of crystal malt or a little bit of both to give it a copper color. And kind of cool. I liked it. I mean, you've seen copper IPAs before. Sierra Nevada is pretty coppery.
It is.
But to call it red IPA, I thought that was interesting, and it was really tasty, I thought.
We both loved the Mexican hot chocolate. It was a barrel-aged milk stout with chocolate, vanilla, coconut, lactose, peppers,
Chili peppers.
coffee, and cinnamon.
Yeah, it was
so yummy.
pretty good. I mean,
Much going on.
A lot going on.
I probably couldn't have had a pint.
No,
but
not a pint kind of beer.
having
More of
a little
sipper.
sip of that was just heaven. It was dessert.
It was yummy. They did a real nice job. Nice spot. Interesting story here. Incinerati started out in Fresno. They were like co-oping space. We've run into breweries like this before that are like guests of another brewery.
They call them incubator breweries?
Or it was an incubator space in Fresno, and they raised some money, and they managed to open a small brewery and tasting room over in Clovis. The really interesting part of the story is that the brewer here still works 5 days a week at a big brewery in Fresno. And then he does this on weekends.
This is his side project.
His side hustle is more beer. I am, that kind of passion impresses me, because I
Yep.
can't imagine doing what you do all week on the weekends too. That would just, I don't know, I think I would get tired of it. But
Well,
I think he likes having complete creative control here, where he probably
yeah,
does
he has
not.
a different role here than
Yeah.
he would have at the other brewery.
When you work in a big brewery, you have to make the big brewery's recipes, and there sometimes, not always, sometimes there's not a whole lot of space for creativity. It depends on the brewery, but anyway, cute little place, very small, real basic.
Beautiful can art.
Yeah, their can labels were interesting. Good stuff. So we had a flight of 6. They were all really good, I thought. Mm-hmm. And they also did a lot of interesting variety. So Lo-Fi Sky's a farmhouse. Everlasting Gaze is a New England IPA. Thank You is an American IPA. Fish Sticks is an American IPA. Dreams in Digital was a New England hazy, and Fortress Quietude was a Belgian strong dark ale, which you don't find in a lot of breweries. And when you do find it, it's often kind of
Not
sort of
really style.
yeah, it tastes okay, but it's not really. But these guys they know what they're doing. It's a
Yes.
good brewery. Nice job. Also in Clovis was Machine Head. This place was, probably some of the best hazy IPA we've had in California.
It was great beer.
Wait, you have beer? Look at that, she has beer. This is from Machine Head. Been carting it around, saving it for this very occasion.
Yes, there is a section of our refrigerator that is like
Very tiny
quarantine.
refrigerator.
Very tiny refrigerator.
refrigerator's this big.
Beer we can't drink until we
So we
make the video.
The good
Some
news-
nights it's very tempting.
I wish you guys
takes
could,
restraint.
share in the experience, but you're going to have to go get your own and pour it. This is Ferris Brewer's Day Off. This brewery definitely had a thing about Ferris Bueller. You'll see in a minute. Yeah, boy, that's all fruit and tropical, and the nose is just so amazing. Sorry. I nosed your glass.
It's my Beamish glass.
What do I got today? Nugget Nectar. Trogs from Hershey, Pennsylvania.
This is so fragrant.
It's unbelievable. I wish we had smell-o-vision.
It's like navel orange flesh, pineapple.
She's good.
It's.
I just said fruit.
When I'm cutting up fruit for any reason, I smell it so that
And make a mental note.
I make a mental
She's good at
note
that.
what it's like.
I just say fruit. There's fruit all over the place. By the way, there's no fruit in this beer. This is all hops. All the fruit comes from the hops. It's crazy. This doesn't make any sense almost. There's a hop
Well,
called...
it does make sense.
You think?
You think there's fruit there because it's so fruity, but hops are amazing plants.
There's a hop called Nectaron. They call it that because in the beer, it smells and
That's
tastes
what
like
it smells and
nectarines.
tastes
Like, how does that happen?
It's a magical
sounds
flower.
like the topic of another episode. Anyway, really, really well-made beer in Machine Head. And then, plus, the place is beautiful. Super clean.
Staff was great.
Yeah.
I like the Pandora channel.
That's right. They were playing. It was like she picked
That
it.
shouldn't be a
Yeah.
criteria, but it's helpful.
But as you can see right on the wall here, life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop to look around, you could miss it. Directly from the Ferris Bueller movie. So they're obviously into that. Beautiful bar. And these sliding barn doors and white tile. It was a beautiful place.
It was funny as we were driving around California. People would say, well, where have you been and where'd you stop or where are you going? Where'd you just come from? And we would say Clovis. And we would get this blank stare from all other Californians.
Why did you go to Clovis?
Clovis? And then I have to explain, well, there's a 4.13 and a 4.03 in Clovis.
Yeah.
And eventually we could make them understand
That's an untapped rating, by the way, for those newcomers to the channel. Thank you.
Don't
Welcome.
know that's how I plan all our
One of our
routes.
big criteria is untapped ratings. But this is just a beautiful place, and the beer was just right down, better than right down the middle.
Oh, it was
It was really,
very, very good.
really just superbly made beer. As I said, especially the hazies. Ferris Brewers, which we're having now, Fuzz, and Hazy Drops. I think these were all hazies.
Yes.
Because that's kind of what we stuck with. Nice patio as well. Beautiful place. But
enough shade that you could keep your beer in the shade and
it was
won't
hot
get
too,
skunked.
the day we were there. So if you're anywhere near Clovis, California, wherever that, I don't know where it is, you have to look on a map to go to this place because it was really great. Good?
Yeah, good.
Cheers.
Cheers.